Once it was inevitable. If there was a 4x100-meter relay, Jamaica was either breaking records or standing on top of the podium. Usain Bolt, Shelly Ann Fraser-Pryce, Yohan Blake, names that struck fear into the lanes next to them. But now, the unthinkable has happened. At the 2025 World Relays in Guangzhou, the men's team didn't even qualify for the World Championships. Not once, but twice, they failed to finish. And the question hanging heavy in the air isn't just what went wrong, but rather, is this the end of an era? 1. The rise and the fall, setting the stage. To understand the shockwave that hit Jamaican track fans this year, you have to understand what sprinting means to Jamaica. It's not just a sport, it's a national identity, a source of global pride, and for decades, a near guarantee of medals. From the lightning dominance of Usain Bolt to the fearless sprints of Veronica Campbell-Brown and Elaine Thompson-Herah, the baton has been more than a tool. It's been a symbol of Jamaican excellence. But in 2025, that symbol slipped twice. And not just figuratively. The World Relays are more than just medals, they're direct qualifiers for the World Championships. Failure here doesn't just dent pride, it changes a nation's track future. And what happened in Guangzhou this year may go down as one of the lowest moments in Jamaican sprinting history. Second men's 4x100-meter relay. Collapse under pressure. Let's start with the men. In the first round, the Jamaican men's 4x100-meter relay team, stacked with veterans, lined up with confidence. But in a shocking twist, the baton exchange between Julian Ford and Yohan Blake went horribly wrong. The changeover was mistimed, sloppy, and ultimately incomplete. DNF did not finish. But they had one more chance, the repackage, another race, another lifeline. Except it never came to life. As Julian Ford sprinted down the track, disaster struck again. Halfway through, he clutched his hamstring and pulled up, grimacing in pain. Another DNF, another heartbreak. This wasn't just a misstep, it was an exit. Jamaica was officially out. No men's 4x100-meter relay at the 2025 World Championships. Let that sink in. What made matters worse? Kishane Thompson, one of Jamaica's brightest sprint stars, was absent from both races. No clear word on whether it was injury, tactical error, or internal mismanagement. But fans were left asking, where was our fastest man when we needed him most? And let's not overlook the elephant in the room. Baton exchange issues have haunted the Jamaican men's team for years. How does a sprint powerhouse keep failing at the most basic part of the relay? 3. Women's 4x100 meters. A battle for bronze now for the women. A much stronger showing, but even that comes with a bittersweet edge. The lineup was world-class. Natasha Morrison, the legendary Shelly Ann Fraser-Pryce, young gun Tina Clayton, and Shericka Jackson. Arguably the most consistent sprinter over the past 3 seasons. The quartet ran a 42.33, enough for third place and a spot on the podium. But not enough for gold. Great Britain took first with 42.21. Spain slipped into second with 42.28, just 0.05 of a second ahead of Jamaica. So was it a victory or a missed opportunity? On one hand, the bronze shows resilience and maintains Jamaica's relevance on the world stage. On the other, given the pedigree on this team, anything less than gold feels like settling. Perhaps team chemistry wasn't where it needed to be. Perhaps baton passes weren't crisp. Or maybe the rest of the world is simply catching up. 4. Mixed 4x100-meter relay. A glimmer of hope. Finally, some good news. The mixed 4x100-meter relay team, composed of Serena Cole, Crystal Slowly, Javari Thomas, and Brian Lavelle, delivered something Jamaican fans could finally cheer about. They powered through to a silver medal finish, clocking 40.44 seconds just behind Canada. This wasn't just a good run. It was a statement. A new generation is coming, young, fearless, and fast. Their chemistry clicked. Their baton exchanges were clean. Their energy was undeniable. It might not be gold, but it felt like a turning point. 5. Deeper questions. Systemic flaws? So where do we go from here? Because if you zoom out, the issues go beyond one bad race. Baton exchange disasters are now more of a tradition than a fluke for the men's team. Injuries, like the one that sidelined Julian Ford, keep cropping up at crucial moments. Communication and team selection decisions, like Kishane Thompson's absence, are raising eyebrows. And then there's chemistry. These are not random sprinters. These are some of the world's fastest humans. But relays aren't about speed alone. They're about trust, timing, rhythm, cohesion. And what we saw in Guangzhou was a group of individuals, not a team. There are whispers about outdated training systems, questions about leadership and coaching continuity. What happened at the 2025 World Relays was more than just a poor performance. It was a wake-up call. Is Jamaican sprinting in real trouble? And if this is the new normal, is Jamaican sprinting dead?